In a time when opinions are strong and polarized, a godly man stands out as one who is peaceful and uses truth to bring enemies together. I want to talk to you about the peaceful pursuit of a godly man and provide 5 ways for you to build it in your life for the glory of God. Welcome back. This is our 11th characteristic in a series of godly qualities from 1 Timothy 3:1-7. We're using this list of qualities as our goalpost for scoring godly character. I've added a link in the show notes below to the playlist for you to get caught up if you're behind. We've talked about having a blameless reputation in a variety of areas like our passions, our thinking, our dignity, and hospitality. And recently, we've focused on a number of characteristics that have to do with the way we relate to people who are challenging. The quality we want to talk about in this video provides one more nail for us to hammer when it comes to relating to people. The Bible tells us to be not quarrelsome. The term can be literally translated as against fighting or non-combatant. In the ESV, it is translated to avoid quarrels in Titus 3:2, which I appreciate because it highlights for us the kind of intentional action that is true of a godly man. He is not only against quarrels, he also avoids quarrels. The infighting that this word refers to disagreements that are expressed through word, be it verbal, written, or typed on a smartphone in your favorite social media app. Godly men are against needless disputes. There are a number of scriptures that help us see the motivation behind this distaste and aversion. For instance, 2 Timothy 2:23 instructs us to have nothing to do with foolish and ignorant controversies because you know that they breed quarrels. In other words, foolish disagreements lead to fights. Titus 3:9 takes it a step further to say that they are unprofitable and worthless. They're a waste of time. They produce nothing of value. They rob you of energy that you can't get back. And James 4:1 takes this one more step and says that it causes unnecessary problems among you. But the damage isn't just between those who are immediately involved, it carries over to all who are witnessing it. Godly men are against useless disagreements that result in wasted time and disunity. We can think of this term in a positive sense by saying that a godly man is peaceable. That is to say that he doesn't just avoid quarrels, he pursues peace primarily because it reflects the character of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus says, for they shall be called sons of God. In other words, those who are peacemakers are those who belong to God, and He continually grants them peace in every circumstance, according to 2 Thessalonians 3:16. The godly man also pursues peace because he is informed by the wisdom of God. We've seen this modeled in the life of Paul, who wrote, "When I came to you, brothers, I did not come proclaiming to you the testimony of God with lofty speech or wisdom, for I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified." This leads us to another reason why the godly man pursues peace. It demonstrates the outworking nature of the gospel. It achieves reconciliation between the most polarizing enemies. In Ephesians, we learn that God Himself is our peace, who has made us both one and has broken down in His flesh the dividing wall of hostility by abolishing the law of commandments expressed in the ordinances, that He might create in Himself one new man in place of the two, so making peace, and might reconcile us both to God in one body through the cross, thereby killing the hostility. The gospel of God tears down the walls of division that man has erected between each other in order to bring peace among those who are in Christ. And this implies that the godly man pursues peace because he experiences peace between himself and God. This means that a peaceful pursuit is a necessary characteristic of the one who is in Christ. And this is why we find it in Galatians 5:22 as a fruit of the Spirit. It is the gift from God to believers and a gift to others through believers. In fact, it is the evidence of a genuinely saved man. For this reason, I'm calling this characteristic a peaceful pursuit. The godly man is to build a peaceful pursuit in all circumstances. Now, to be clear, this does not mean that a godly man pursues peace at any price. If peace comes through the truth of the gospel, then it is never good to sacrifice truth for the sake of peace. In fact, this does the opposite. This promotes division and stirs up strife in the heart of believers and unbelievers alike. Rather, the term not quarrelsome refers to the manner in which we relate to others who disagree with us, as well as those who dispute over useless ideas. In summary, the godly man is to build a peaceful pursuit when relating to other people. He is to be against and avoid quarrels for the sake of making peace among those who disagree. So, are you a peacemaker? Do you speak to others in a way that promotes peace around the gospel of Jesus Christ? Do your conversations on social media reflect the kind of pursuits that are consistent with God? If not, it's time to work on that. So here are 5 steps to build a peaceful pursuit. First, recognize your obligation. By that, I mean that God requires you to love those who differ from you. You're not obligated to agree with them, nor to be indifferent to their views. You're obligated to love them, which means that you should invest the time needed to listen and to learn what your opponent says in order to properly understand them. Show them that you are deeply interested in them, not in winning an argument against them. And if they are wrong, you should be eager to help them in the manner of peace. Second, remember your fallibility. This is a fancy word that means that you could be wrong. God is the only one who is 100% correct on all things, and you're not him. This doesn't mean that you need to be a critical theorist of what the Bible explicitly teaches as truth, but that there are some things that are preferential, and there are some truths that you might have wrong yourself. It is important to keep a teachable spirit and approach conversations with humility. It might be you that walk away being helped. Third, mind your language. By this, I mean 2 things. You should be mindful of how you speak. Sarcasm, hyperbole, exaggeration, and misrepresentation is not helpful to a serious conversation with those who differ from you. In fact, they excite anger and frustration. So watch your language and pay attention to the way you articulate yourself from point to point. And be mindful of how your opponent uses words to communicate. I've found that many disagreements are unnecessary because both believe the same thing but utilize different words to say it. Fourth, develop constructive speech. This was alluded to in the previous point, but worth highlighting on its own. When disagreeing with someone, you want to speak in a way that protects your position while effectively moving the conversation forward with the intention of helping your opponent in the end. If this is your goal, then you will be tuned in to your words and careful when speaking what is appropriate for edification. For some of us, this might require some further research on how to speak constructively. I have found it useful to keep a humble spirit about myself and to ask questions that provoke useful thinking. Finally, pray for power. God uses our words to produce maturity and insight in others. So pray that He would help you with the way you respond to those who disagree with you. Ask Him to help you love others and seek peace between you both. Also, if time allows you, pray for your opponent as well as yourself, that the truth comes to light for you both. This is most important. And God, who is sovereign over all, can soften hearts and prepare minds to receive the truth. He wants you to be a godly man, so yield to His power in your life. Pursuing peace in a relationship is not typical for this world. People would rather win a debate than win a soul. Godly men are concerned about truth, but relate to others with the intention to be profitable in the purposes of God. If this is your desire, hit the like button to let me know. And if you want to be notified when the next video is posted, you can click the bell and subscribe. This way we can keep in touch. And finally, let me know which of these steps to build a peaceful pursuit is most helpful to you, or which is most challenging. This will let me know what videos I should tackle in the future. So for now, I'll see you in the next video where we can discuss materialism and how a godly man must build a satisfied contentment. You can click on that video right here. I'll see you then.